Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is covering my favorite brand, which is Knox, company based in the UK, and I'll give you a full rundown on the company later. The two products I want to cover from them is the Action shirt and the Urbane Pro. The reason I want to make this video is because a lot of people have heard about Knox. They've heard about these amazing undergarment base layer all-in-one protected Armours, but they don't understand the difference between the Action and the Urbane and the appliances of them both. So hopefully that's something I'll cover in this video. Who is Knox and why am I so passionate about their company? Well, Knox was set up in 1981. It has been going for over 40 years. So Knox armour is one of the best you will ever find. It is soft, supple, works at extreme temperatures, so from heat to cold, is flexible, and it is relatively thin in comparison to the market. That was up to this point. Now, you may have heard of D3O armour, and the reason for that is our friend over at Revzilla, and it was always about D3O armour because they're American and that was what was in the majority of American products. Whereas on British products, it was the Knox armour. Now, they both did pretty much the same thing. They were impact moulded armours, but like I say, Knox was much more malleable in the warmer and the colder temperatures. Here is an example of the D3O armour of the time. This is a shoulder piece here, and this is the new incarnation of D3O Ghost armour, as they call. There is also Sastec Competition, as well as Revit's C-Smart. The thing with this flat armour is you can actually see here, this is from one of my jacket shoulder pieces, where it is moulded out of shape because it just sits there, and as it goes cold, it doesn't feel very nice. Whereas the old moulded stuff actually stayed in place and was really good. This is Knox's new micro armour, and you can see it is not as thin as the Ghost, but it is moulded already to fit your elbow in the shape it's meant to be. Whereas here, this would have to wrap around. So what Knox have done, and this is really clever, and this is why they are the armour manufacturer of choice, is the issue I have with these flat armours is when they're cold, they bend over like this, your arm goes in and it's got to push it back into shape, and it can sometimes mould itself out of shape. Because it's not in the perfect position, it can move over and you don't really know because it's so flat, albeit comfortable. So what Knox have said is, when your arm gets in the right position, this is the shape it's going to be. So it's not really going to get any thinner. If it does get thinner, it's going to bend over on itself like you see here. So they've moulded it to the thinnest it can be. Although it is technically thicker, it's as thin as it's going to be, it's as protective as it's going to be, and once it's in position, which it will always be in position, it's as comfortable as it can get. So since 1981, Knox has been out there creating the best armour that you can possibly get. They really are the best there is out there, with D3O probably equally on par, but being British, I'm going to trump for the British brand. In 2015, Knox came out with the Studio Collection. Now, at the time, this was really absolutely brilliant. No one else was doing such a flexible system. All motorcyclists know that when the temperature drops, we have to add layers, and that's how we keep ourselves warm. What Knox did was they created an expanding range of jackets that basically, from a zip on the side, each side, you could expand and contract the garment whilst still having something that looked really quite good. Now, the thing that made all that work was what they called the Action shirt. This is a under armour, as in you wear it underneath and it provides the armour, as the name says. So it's an undergarment, under armour protective base layer. Now, a lot of people got confused that you could wear this on its own, and you cannot. The Mark 1 Action shirt is armour only. It is no abrasion. And what I mean by that, if I wore this just on its own and I come off, the material that it's made of is going to completely disintegrate and you're going to get burns. It's not for wearing on its own. It is for coupling with a Studio Collection jacket. And here we have one. This is the Knox Leonard. And you can see it is just a really thin, normal jacket. Kind of a little bit like a Trial Master style jacket. This is abrasion, no armour whatsoever, but it has a 8AA slide time. I don't even think they tested it back then. But what it has is, as I said, down the side of the garment, it has zips that can be opened all the way up here into the sleeve, all the way around here on both sides. And what that does is it makes it from being a nice tight fitting jacket without the armour to opening up to allow the under armour as well as mid layers. They did sort of waxy finish jackets like this to leather jackets. Really great collection, and I do wish, Knox, that you would bring your studio collection back. So around 2017 came the Urbane Pro, spelt Urbane, U-R-B-A-N-E, pronounced Urban, the Urbane Pro. The Mark 1 was a underbody armour that could be worn by its own right, i.e. no jacket required. So the Mark 1 was A rated. If you want to know about that, I've got a video on my channel covering it. For me, the A rating was fantastic because this Under Armour, worn by itself, when you're on a bike and you're moving, it is just the best in the world. It feels like you're just wearing a t-shirt. There is so much air flowing through. The idea is it's tight form fitting and it has all the armour where you need it. Level 2 back protector, level 1 in the elbows and the shoulders, and it is just perfect for summer riding. To get around the A rating, what I would do is I would carry a motorcycle hoodie. So here is an A rated Merlin hoodie, and literally you just throw that on top, zip it up, and now I've got 2 A rated garments, which technically doesn't give you AA, but it made me feel a lot more comfortable. So when the temperatures were a bit cooler, around 15 degrees, this would be my riding setup. And then when the temperature got above 20 degrees and I wanted the full airflow, the hoodie comes off. It doesn't have to be a motorcycling hoodie, but it was more protective for me to have those ratings. And basically, by having the Urbane Pro, it kind of killed the studio collection, because why would you want an Under Armour and an outer jacket when this really did both jobs? Fast forward to 2020 and Knox solved the issue and completely cannibalized their business by killing off the need for an action shirt by making the Urbane Pro AA rated. That is a massive deal. This is actually the Mark 2. If I was wearing the Mark 1, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between it. But the change in materials changed the rating from A to AA. Difference being A rating is 30 miles an hour and under if you crash. AA is up to 70 miles an hour, motorway, dual carriageways. The roads I ride, faster roads. This was the answer. You only need one garment. And Knox have since built their seasonless collection, as they call it, where you start with your base layers, you then have your armoured action or urban shirt, which is this, and then over the top you would put your mid layer and then a jacket. It doesn't matter what you put over the top of this, because this has got AA rating and the armour, so literally I can put anything I want over the top. But it is still a little bit thick for that, in comparison to the action shirt. This is the Mark II action shirt. Now it is far more comfortable than the Urbane Pro. Now that's not to say that the Urbane Pro is uncomfortable, because it is very comfortable when you're on the bike. But when you're off the bike and you're walking around, you know you're wearing a jacket. This literally feels like a jumper. It's made of a lycra type material, and it has the new slimmer armour in the elbows and the shoulders. You've got level 1 in the shoulders elbow, level 2 in the back. This is so comfortable. Literally after wearing it for about 5 minutes, like I say, it just feels like a tight jumper. When I start to move my arms forward like that, I can feel the lycra stretching and the back protector touching on my back. But aside from that, I can't feel that I am wearing an armoured shirt. A rated on its own. So this is the same as the original Mark 1 Urbane Pro. So the Mark II action shirt, now this is really important because the Mark 1 action shirt is no abrasion at all. It is just armour. How can you tell the difference between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2? It is this grey colouring that you see here. So you see on the Mark 2, completely black. You also have these nice orange piping around the arms and also on the waist. On the original Mark 1 Action shirt, it is black with the grey round here, also grey round the back. So the Mark 1, you must wear an abrasion shirt over the top. It is Armour only. B rated, not A rated. This is the Mark 2, A rated. And that's the difference. So if you buy the Action shirt Mark 2, you'll get an A rating. But for me, that isn't really strong enough. But because it's so slim, because it feels just like a jumper, I can throw whatever I want over the top of this and beef up its protection. Here is a Merlin jacket that I ride. Nice little hoodie on the back, leather jacket. I wear this in sort of spring, autumn time. I've completely removed the armour out of the Merlin jacket. Look how good this jacket now looks. If you go try this jacket on, link in the description below, go sports bike shop, try it on. The armour that is within it is awful and it ruins the jacket. To be fair, I didn't buy the jacket because of it. Then I went back and I started to put in some C-Smart armour, some Ghost armour, some Ghost D3O back protector, and I made it work for me. But it still didn't work for the reasons I was saying about armour moving and bending, that flat armour in comparison to the Knox. Now, I can wear whatever I want, motorcycle-wise, remove all the armour out of it, and I have a great fitting, stylish jacket that just doesn't look like a motorbike jacket, but it is. This is AA abrasion. So I've got AA abrasion on the outside of an A-rated Action shirt. It's just a massive game changer. I can wear what I want on the bike because of this. And if I'm wearing too much and I'm too hot, I take the whole thing off and I'm left here with a very cool air-flowing protective top. This is a nice fashionable leather jacket that I wear. It's not a motorcycle jacket, not in the slightest. Can't even remember where I bought this from. This is just a fashion jacket that I wear on its own without any armour underneath, and you can see it is fitting me absolutely fine with the Action shirt. And what the Action shirt has done is it has turned a fashion leather jacket into a motorcycle jacket. Again, loads and loads of motorcycle clothes out there that are only A rated. You couple them with the Action shirt, which is A rated, it's giving you a much more protective layer. So this Merlin hoodie, as I said earlier, that I used to wear with my Mark 1 Urbane Pro, I now wear it with the Action shirt because the same applies. I love the Revit range, the sort of street looking clothes, but they're A rated. It's no good for me, I ride too fast. With the Action shirt and them over the top with the armour removed, I've got something now that's competing with AA garments. So if the Mark II Action shirt is so good, why do I have the Mark II Urbane Pro? The reason being the rating and the heat. So when summer comes and the temperatures are 20 degrees and above, the Urbane Pro is the only garment I'm going to wear. But when winter comes along, then I start going for the Action shirt with another A-rated product over the top with the armour removed. Also, if I'm going out somewhere where I'm going to spend a lot of time off the bike, I probably pump for the Action shirt with a stylish jacket or a nice motorcycle garment with all the armour out that I can wear on and off the bike. So there is a place for both of these garments. That is until they make the Action shirt AAA rated, which will probably happen in 10 years' time. But for now, the two garments that you want from Knox, as soon as you possibly can, start with the Urbane Pro if you're in hot weather riding in summer, because it is the best, I repeat, the best mesh jacket you can possibly get. And it is versatile in that you can use it as an Under Armour. But if you want a better Under Armour, the Action shirt Mark II is the one to get. It is so slim fitting. It is got the new slimmer profile armour. It is lovely in every single way, apart from the rating that is only A. And worth noting, it doesn't flow as much air as the Urbane. So the Urbane is for more hot weather. The Action is to wear as a true Under Armour. As always, I hope that was useful and it answered some questions about Knox and about their Under Armour products. I know that some people have gone out and bought the Action Shirt Mark 1. They've been riding around in it and it really makes me wince because it has no abrasion. Do make sure that you have an abrasive jacket over the top. But if you're buying the newer stuff, the Mark II Action Shirt or the Mark II Urbane Pro, then they have the A and AA safety rating and you can wear them on their own. But if you couple them with other motorcycle garments, take the armour out and then those garments actually look and fit great. And in winter, you then can use the seasonless connection, which really works quite well, that you'll see reviewed on this channel later on. Thank you again, and please do have a look around in the channel, see if there are more videos that pique your interest, and do put in the comments anything that you want me to review and I'll get around to it. Thanks as always for watching. Cheers.